over 1 million plus residents are suffering the burden of constant flights coming over the area. But it's not just the noise pollution that is affecting them. There are health concerns as a result of the elevation of these flights hitting this area. So what we've all come together with great legal counsel is we will be petitioning the FAA to review this area. Now, the problem with the FAA is they don't do anything. They haven't done anything. They're supposed to do things, and they haven't done it since they were required to in 2017. If we do not receive a response from the FAA within 90 days, the towns of Hempstead and North Hempstead will be commencing lawsuit against the FAA to be in compliance with rules and regulations.
Many of our North Hempstead residents ask me, when are you going to do something about this noise? And I am so proud to say that thanks to the leadership here, the answer is today. We are going to enforce the law. That's all we're asking for. Follow the law. Follow the restrictions. The FAA has got to follow its own restrictions. This is a question of health and safety.
And for any of you cynics out there that think we use a lot of props, these aren't props, folks. This is reality that is taking place here. And one thing that is true is I was on the phone last week talking to Congressman D'Esposito about this, and he was reminding me that Nassau County is considered a severe non-attainment standard for the Clean Air Act. And the congressman said, this is unacceptable, Don. This pollution from the airplanes flying this area is having that impact.
We've worked tirelessly on the federal level to lobby the FAA for greater relief for impacted communities across Long Island that are forced to endure these flight patterns, specifically around the JFK area. I have utilized my position on the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee as well as the Aviation Subcommittee for change. But the FAA, just like here on a local level, they've been pretty non-responsive on the federal level as well. So we are working on legislative solutions. I co-sponsored 2 bills in the House of Representatives, both which are bipartisan. The issues that we're facing is not a Republican issue, it's not a Democrat issue, it's a quality of life Long Island issue.
This is an issue that is about accountability. The FAA owes a duty to all of the residents of this area to make sure that they do their best to control the noise pollution and the health concerns that follow from it. There was a study that was ordered by the state legislature, and the report was due March 31st of 2024. We have yet to see that report. It is yet to be made public.
Senator Patricia Canzoneri-Fitzpatrick just mentioned, that state study. And not only has that deadline come and gone, but our understanding from the information we've gotten is that they haven't even gotten started with doing that study, which was a bill that was passed by the state legislature. So we need that study to take place, but we also need action from the FAA.
When the slightest whisper of a cloud comes floating across the sky, the planes start coming over my house, and not just my house, but everybody's house. I have to stop what I'm doing on the phone and tell the person I'm on the phone with, I'm sorry, I can't, give me a second till this plane passes.
250 noise complaints were issued last year. That's double than a couple years ago. In comparison, there was only 2,000 noise complaints associated with Newark Airport. What EPA has said is that when planes fly at an altitude of 3,000 feet or less, air pollution is caused on the ground.
Every one of these elected officials, every one of these neighbors, every one of these communities has written to them, has called them, and you know what? They don't respond. And the congressman said it. Is the answer to shrug your shoulders like, you know what? No. And that's why Jen DeSena and I got together and we reached out to an attorney who took the time to do the due diligence. People they're asking for everybody to stand up, and that's what everyone's trying to do.